Billy was just like on the show like all the time or something, you know. But hey, whatever. Hey, how's it going? It's Order 42. It's Tuesday, so that's why we're here. Look, I mean, today's going to be interesting. But the thing is I you know me. You know me. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. And yeah, we're gonna just keep it that way. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna just chat. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna distract ourselves from the crazy world out there. And that's what this show's all about. That's why I created this show. It was part of why I created it. It was a distraction from, the pandemic and such. That was part of it. That's what this channel is. So there you go. Did I get Order 42 pickups? Did I get 42 pickups? No. But in hours, that could be true. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. But look, yeah. I mean, you know what? Let's say hi to everybody in chat. Why don't we do that first? And there is a poll in the chat right now. Favorite breakfast item. And the thing is there's, my favorite breakfast item is not actually on the list. As I was trying to come up with the most generic ones and then just put other for anything else. But the thing is, yeah, my favorite's not in there, but we'll talk about that later. Ninjinzu coming in hot first. Welcome, Ninjinzu. Ricky, Bonobo Juice. I'm not first, but I'm learning to forgive myself. Well, Bonobo Juice, I'm glad you're here. I think we all need a little bit of support today. A little bit of pat on the back. A little bit of, hey, it's going to be okay. At least that's, I'm hoping, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But hopefully, we can support each other. You know what I mean? Cosma, of course. There's Ninjinzu again. And then, somebody okay. So Ricky, I'm guessing, chose other. And he put pizza. And I went, actually, that's, leftover pizza. I mean, that's not a bad breakfast. At least to me. It used to be a breakfast I had all the time. So I was like, seriously, about to type, that's not breakfast, Ricky. But then I was like, wait a minute. That's actually a pretty good one. But then he put, I don't know what Ermom is. Ermom? Not sure what that is. I played Ghostwire Tokyo for about 2 or 3 hours when I woke up this morning. So there's that. Leftover pizza is a good breakfast. It is. It's, I used to love, okay. Picture this. This is not healthy, by the way. Okay. I'm just going to flat out not healthy. But Supreme Pizza from Papa John's. Like the regular crust, not even that thin crust bull crap, okay? Look, there's people out there that like thin crust. I'm all for it. Go for it. I'm glad that you like it. Okay? But with the Supreme Pizza, you got to have like at least a regular crust, sometimes a pan, That's just how I look at it, It's Supreme has got to be on thick crust or regular crust or thick crust, like a pan pizza. Yeah. That's just the way it is. But you get that the night before, you have a night of, drinking and craziness, you pass out, you wake up in that morning, you realize I didn't put the pizza in the fridge, and you're like, I don't care, I'm hungry, I want something to eat. I'm telling you, that was good. Not healthy. Hashtag not healthy. Okay? I'm not recommending it. But maybe throw it in the fridge, and then, the next morning, maybe toss it in the microwave for about, 20 seconds just to get the chill off of it. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it. But I did it and I loved it. So just saying. Breakfast pizza. I never really had a good breakfast pizza. Now, I will say that for a while there, Quick Trip, I know, Quick Trip, the gas station, convenience store, they would have breakfast pizza, and it was pretty good. They also had so biscuits and gravy, which, look, biscuits and gravy is probably, it's got to be up there, right? As one of the best. If you've had biscuits and gravy, it's awesome. But it was a biscuit, and inside, almost like filling, was sausage gravy. That was pretty good too. But yeah, garbage plate. Order what you want. I like my pizza thick. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Ricky. Johnny Harris did a video about breakfast around the world, and they're not the traditional American breakfast. You mean eggs, bacon? Well, I mean, sure, I could, if I had, 84 choices, I could put 84 things on there. But unfortunately, it doesn't let me do 84 things. Unless you do 4 things. You get 4 choices. Who hasn't eaten pizza that was left out overnight? I mean, true, but at the same time, I get it. It is not healthy, but damn, is it tasty. And Squiggles, what's going on? Good to see you. Everything bagel, whipped cream cheese with chives. Man, that sounds pretty good. But see, what I liked a raisin bagel with strawberry cream cheese. Bam. Oh yeah, it's tasty. I like the strawberry cream cheese. I do. What can I say? I never put leftover pizza in the fridge until the morning. Ooh. A Styles, how's it going? It's good to see you. But I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I always put, what I would do is, because typically what would happen is the plates that we have aren't big enough to hold more than like 2 pieces, 2 or 3 maybe. And then a lot of times I'll go in for that 4th piece, because I'm me. All right. I go in for that 4th piece. And by the time I'm finished with that 4th piece and then finish up the YouTube video or whatever we're watching, right, then I'll get up and I'll put the pizza in the fridge, the leftover, whatever's left. Yeah, I haven't done the whole overnight thing in a while. It's been a long time, many years. But like I said, I've eaten it. Did I eat SOS growing up? Yes, but very rarely. For those of you who don't know what that is, how can I describe it? So, as far as I know, the origins of it were leftover bread or toast. Instead of having biscuits, toast, and then gravy on it, and it meant shit on a shingle, right? And I'm guessing that came from the military. I don't know. I think it did. But a lot of times you'd see, in movies and stuff, you see them with a plate, with one of those big metal plates with separations in them, almost like a TV dinner, you know what I mean? And that's what they would do. But I got to say, it's still good with bread. If you just have gravy, man, it's good on bread. But I always prefer, a nice fluffy biscuit with sausage gravy. I mean, come on, pepper, a lot of pepper in it. By the way, this is one of those things where I don't know. I guess I'm getting old, and this is just what you do. So we have a pepper grinder, right? This pepper grinder sucks. It keeps, it's like, it's one of those cheap ones you buy at like Walmart or whatever. Like, oh yeah, we get a salt and pepper grinder, right? Yeah, this thing just, you do maybe 2 little crunches, right? And then it just spins, and that it's not grabbing onto the pepper so we can get the next whatever. Okay. Wife said, hey, we need to get a new pepper grinder because this one sucks. And I said, okay. So I started doing some research on pepper grinders, y'all. Pepper grinders. Okay. And of course, eventually I get to the Pepper Cannon. Has anyone seen the Pepper Cannon? First off, it's a pepper grinder that's $200. That's ridiculous for a pepper grinder. But then you watch the video. If you watch the video on the pepper grinder, you might think, oh my God, do I need to spend $200 on a pepper grinder? Because holy crap, it shoots pepper out at a crazy rate. It is insane. We didn't get the pepper cannon, okay? We ended up getting the, one of the lower end recommendations from a company called Fletcher's Mill. Ends up being the exact same pepper mill or pepper grinder that Sam the cooking guy uses. He uses Fletcher's Mill pepper grinders. Anyway, so yeah, we got the new one and it's awesome. So, but yeah, I actually went down a rabbit hole and did searches on what's the best pepper grinder. You know what I mean? And man, how much pepper are you grinding that you need to get one for 200? Ricky, you have okay. First, you have to understand, I'm a pepper freak. I love pepper. All right. And a lot of times you just, and you get this like paltry little bits. It sucks. It sucks. And so I was wanting one that shot out a tablespoon of pepper every time I turn the handle. And that's what the pepper cannon is. I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing it. Okay. I'm not playing the video because every time I've played a video in the last 2 months, I've gotten claimed, including the song that Billy gave to me and said, oh yeah, play it. It's not that big of a deal. I played it on mine. Yeah. Mine got claimed. I don't know about yours. Mine got claimed. So I'm tired of my videos being claimed. So I'm not playing any more videos, but if you go to Amazon, right? Look up the pepper cannon. Look up the pepper cannon, and down by the reviews, there is a basically a little video that shows you, hey, here's a regular pepper shake grinder, and then here's what the pepper cannon does. And I look, I'm telling you, you're going to be impressed. You might not like pepper that much. You might not care about pepper that much. But when you look at that, you go, wow, I kind of want to know more. I want to know more. I want to try out the pepper cannon. Okay. I kind of want to try it. So, and when you're making jerky, dude, the last thing you need is your pepper grinder being all like wimpy and being a dick about it, Like, no, I need the pepper now. Our new pepper grinder is fine. Okay, I'm just going to say our new pepper grinder is great. Because what I really like about it is you get coarse pepper going this way, clockwise, and then you get a finer grind if you go backward. Which is kind of cool. I've never had a pepper grinder do that. I like that. I think it's cool. But damn it, I kind of want the pepper cannon. Anyway. Maple glazed donut with real bacon bits on top, then cut like a sandwich, then insert eggs and sausage. Basically a donut, eggs, and sausage sandwich. Cosma, stop it. Just stop it. Because that sounds amazing. And Carbonite says, Order 42, live election coverage. Let's go. No. Hashtag no politics. Let's just keep it cool, man. I mean, jokes and stuff are fine. But yeah, we're not, I just, the whole thing makes my stomach turn. So I don't even want to think about it. Lots of pepper, more pepper. How much pepper you grind? Yeah. Why the F are people so precious about pepper grinders? Once the pepper hits the food, I can tell the difference between fresh ground pepper and pre-ground. What do you mean? What do you mean, Sega Steve? Because I'll tell you what, you can tell the difference or you can't, because I totally can, especially with the kind of food that I've been making. Oh, I can totally tell the difference. In fact, pre-ground, I can't do it anymore. It tastes, it just doesn't taste good. You know, I and trust me. Look, this is one of those things where after watching Food Network for a while, I said, "Hey, we need a pepper grinder." Started a pepper grinder thing, with my wife, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm never going back." I'm like, "I know. It tastes so much better." I'm just telling you, if you're a McCormick pepper shaker thing kind of person, it's great. Buy yourself a very inexpensive pepper grinder. And I'm talking about, like, I think McCormick now sells them where it's just a pepper grinder. It's all built in and the grinder's on top. Try it with your favorite dish. Put it on your scrambled eggs or whatever it is. Whatever it is that you like pepper on, and taste the difference. And if you can't taste the difference, well then hey, I'm an idiot. But I don't think I'm an idiot. I think fresh ground pepper it's the stuff. Just like if you shred your own cheese, it's better than the shredded cheese that's in a bag. It just tastes better. It tastes fresher. Just saying. Just saying. Ever make cacio e pepe? I've heard of this. I don't know. Literally cheese and pepper. No. No, I've never made that. See, here's the thing. A lot of oh, I should do this. This is what Carbonite was asking about. Have I ever made this? No. But you have to understand, I really started breaking into, doing some interesting things when it comes to cooking. Well, now basically April and I are on a diet, kind of. We're not really on a diet per se. We've really scaled back. We're not eating out as much. We're not like fast food, pizza. Man, I haven't had a good pizza in a while. But every now and then, we'll go over to Muya because she can get her iceberg lettuce burger and I can get I usually get just a single now because, man, I can't eat double meat burgers anymore. I can't. I get it almost hurts my stomach. And it's because we've been eating less. So, yeah. No, I haven't made it, but it is one that, I would like to try. You're going to buy that pepper cannon? I'm telling you. Pepper machine. I like whatever that is. Pizza. It's so good. Ooh, the pasta just as good. It's your pepper. Use it when you need it. Call Peppa Grinda. Whoa. I noticed the difference between peppers. Really? You mean like the red pepper and the black? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about, because obviously the rest of the peppers, yeah. Blue, green, and blue. Green, red, yellow. I don't actually like red and yellow pepper. I like green bell pepper. But yeah. Yeah. That's why I have so many different types and seasonings as well. Oh yeah, look, my pantry is ridiculous right now because I've been really trying different stuff, especially with steak and stuff. Man. And that's the thing, man. If you're making beef jerky, fresh ground pepper, man, at the end, like you do it right before it's done. So the jerky's still tacky. That is if you do a marinade, right? Which I did. I used to make a marinade. Jerky is definitely something I want to get back into making because I was really working toward a recipe and then I got real sick and I still haven't gone back. And mainly because it's a very long process and your entire house will smell like beef jerky. And that's I mean, you might say, "Oh, well, that's awesome." No. After a while, you're just kind of like, I kind of want to smell something different because the whole house smells like beef jerky. We'll do it outside. No. No. But anyway, look, beef jerky before the end, before it's all completely done, you put some fresh ground black pepper on top. Oh my God. Oh my God. It tastes so good. And I'm just saying, fresh ground pepper, so good. Learning to cook for yourself is the best thing you can do. It's cheaper, healthier, and tastes better than most places out there. Wraith, hi. And yes. Yes. I mean, there are certain things where I'll tell you that acai bowl that I posted the other day in the Discord, it tasted amazing. It looked like crap. It just did not look good. And that's my third one I've made, and I just cannot. I think it's just because I don't have a traditional blender. I have a magic bullet, and it just can't handle all the stuff I'm throwing at it, you know? But I mean, look, it does. It does taste better when you make it at home, and you typically eat less when you cook because you're sitting there and I mean, it depends. I mean, sometimes people just, I'm going to make this and I'm going to eat the whole damn pot or whatever, but that's not me. I usually eat less if it's me cooking it. I don't know why. Costco trade pepper grinder thing. Ah, you're talking about the big crazy one? You know, like is that what you, I don't even know what that means. But are you talking about like the ones that they have at like Olive Garden where they, a guy wheels it out and he's all like, how much, would you like some fresh ground black pepper? And you're like, yes. And they go, okay. And there's a guy holding on to the end of it. And he's directing it. And you're holding the blade. Oh my God. So much pepper. Is that what you're what you're talking about? Anyway. The cacio e pepe is easy to make, but yeah, not good for you. Exactly. I mean, I'm just trying to, and pasta in general is just, it's one of those things, dude, I love, but I've been trying to stay away from a lot of pasta. What I need to, and this is one of the things I've been really kind of wanting to get into, is ramen. Making different ramen recipes with different stuff, because those noodles they're not terrible. And also it's it's already portion sized, which I kind of like. So I don't know. All the food that they make on that channel looks great. On Sam the Cooking Guy, oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sam the Cooking Guy is not exactly the best as far as calories and stuff like that either, but I like his technique and I like how funny he is. But Rachel, welcome. Hash browns. See, again, I wish I could put it on there. Hash browns is great. The hash brown casserole at Cracker Barrel. If you haven't had it, you need to try it. I mean, if you have a Cracker Barrel near you. Hash brown casserole is badass. So like potatoes, cheese, and onions kind of baked in a, oh my God, it's great. It's great. I love it. I love it. Christmas is here, boys. I mean, we're getting close. I don't do Christmas stuff until at least after Thanksgiving. I'm not one of these, I'm not like freaking Hobby Lobby and putting up Christmas decorations in August. It's just not happening. Okay? Christmas decorations go up after Thanksgiving. They come down after New Year's, which means we've still got a few weeks before we have to worry about Christmas stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Steak and eggs with pepper all day long. I mean, that sounds awesome. So good. Magic Bullet. Sounds like y'all need a Hitachi. I want a traditional, you know what I want? I want a Vitamix. Those are expensive. but I want one. You know what I could probably do though, now that I'm actually thinking about it. What I could probably do is just put it in the food processor. Cuz it's frozen, it's a bunch of frozen fruit plus the acai packet, which is like in a 100-gram packet thing. That'd probably actually work better. I'd probably have less, it'd probably be a lot faster. Maybe I need to do that. Ramen, brisket, egg, and lemon juice is all I need. All right. No, I was talking about wilderness cooking. Oh, wilderness cooking. Wilderness cooking. What? I don't see any references to wilderness cooking before that. Am I missing something? Rufus the Red, welcome. Good to see you. Milk toast, fruity pebbles. I mean, dude, I used to get down on fruity pebbles when I was a kid. Now they taste off now. I think they changed something and it's just not the same. It's not good. But I used to eat the crap out of Cocoa Pebbles too. That's right. And that's not some weird feces thing. I seriously, I would love Cocoa Pebbles. It's good. Crispy hash browns rule. Yes, they do, Sega Steve. Costco ST grinder is just the 6-inch tall grinder with glass peppercorn hopper. Basic bitch. Ah. Well, now I kind of want to see what you're talking about. Costco ST. That's a coffee grinder. That's not. Oh, so something like this. I mean, it's not that, but it's something like that, I would guess. See, I was thinking one of these. See, that's a 40. Yeah. Oh, that's a 17-inch. You know? There's something about seriously, when Olive Garden brings that out and it looks like a sword. And they're like, "Would you like some pepper?" And you're like, it's awesome. I love it. It would be even better if they did wheel out something and it was like a 2 or 3 person job. You know? There's someone pouring in pepper as they're grinding it because there's so much, you know? And that guy directing the pepper pipe. And it's so violent that he can barely hold on to it. I would love that. Yeah. Hash brown casserole is so badass good. It is. It's so tasty. I want a Blendtec Designer Series blender. It makes the best smoothies. Blendtec. Blendtec, you say? Blendtec. Blender. Hey, look at there. There's a Blendtec versus Vitamix. Oh my God, $800? Holy whoa. That's a lot, man. $1,000? See, it's weird though. And this is true with almost any piece of electronic equipment. There are certain electronic devices that it doesn't really matter. And yeah, you might see, like this might be 50% more and you only get really like 5% better performance. For some reason, I look at that and I go, that's probably worth, if you blend a lot, like do I blend everything in the house? Then yeah, it might be worth it to spend $800 on one of those. But I just really want a Vitamix because I want to be able to make smoothies. And now that, I got to tell you, the best thing about that acai bowl that I've been making, it's basically a fruit smoothie thing, packet about this big. You blend bananas, strawberries, almond milk, peanut butter. You blend it, right? Put it in a bowl, put some fresh bananas and strawberries on top, some granola, and a couple of scoops of peanut butter, right? Let me show you the picture. Oh, just hold on. I'll show you the picture. See that? Beautiful. Okay. I was full. I was full the rest of the night. And the only real bad things in there are the peanut butter and the granola. Everything else is, and peanut butter really in moderation is not that bad. And I got a bunch of fruit, dude. It was awesome. It was so good. It's so good. But I have to say, my local place that does acai bowls, yeah, it's expensive, but it's better. It just tastes better. And I can't figure out how to make peanut butter that can drizzle, because I really want to drizzle. Sorry. Anyway. But yes, Wraith. Blendtec looks kind of amazing, I gotta say. Looks pretty amazing. Lemon rice cereal. Yeah, but it tastes different now. There's a diabetes flakes. They just taste, it's the consistency, and there's something about it that just doesn't taste right now. I don't know. Have Rube Goldberg create a giant pepper grinder that is operated by the same three characters that man the cleaner in the tunnels from Labyrinth. I love it. I love it. Yes. No, you just have a big pepper rock. And you've got, a bunch of goblins just tunneling through it. That'd be great. I just ate. Now I'm hungry again. Sorry, Cosma. I apologize. I look at diabetics the same as alcoholics. Well, it's not always, but sometimes, but not always. You could say the same thing about high blood pressure in a lot of cases, but there are people like me who are actually eating fairly healthy, and I still need blood pressure medication, at least for now. Now, and you might still say, but that's on you because you actually gained a bunch of weight after all your Crohn stuff. That's possible too. But I don't know. Yeah, I've seen the make your own mayonnaise stuff, and man, I've got a good mayonnaise. I'm good. That looks so pretty. It looks like Better Blends. You heard of that? Better Blends. Is that a place? Is that a place you go get stuff like that? The smoothies at Retropalooza were great. My favorite was a pina colada. There were smoothies at Retropalooza? Blendtec. Is that channel Will It Blend? But yeah, I don't know. You could say that a lot of it is, next to the popcorn guy. Oh, I didn't have any of that. I did not have any of that. Yeah, I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't even see it. But speaking of Wraith, and speaking of a healthy food restaurant. Yeah, I've never been there. I've never heard of it. Better Blends. I wonder if that's even here. Or it may be because, it's Texas and it gets drowned out by all the barbecue places and steak places, Maybe that's possible too. But speaking of Wraith, I have to apologize because I did not show off the gifts that Wraith gave me when I picked him up from the airport. It just completely slipped my mind. And partially because I didn't actually buy anything at Retropalooza this year, but I just felt bad. I felt bad for not showing it off. So I do want to show those off now. First off, Wraith knows that I'm an Alien fan. So he got me a bull alien. A loose bull alien. And what's kind of cool is that you push the little button and yeah, he headbutts other aliens. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know what a bull alien is. But yeah, bull alien from Wraith. So thank you, Wraith, for that. Now this was interesting because he also gave me this thing. And I'm like, that's a box. But I open it up and I see something I've never seen before. And I don't remember ever seeing anything like this. And I'm like, what is this? It's a picture frame. Sure. I mean, yeah, okay. Natural wood product, printed, assembled in USA. But here's the kicker. 21st Century Fox. Now, apparently, this is the company that owned 20th Century Fox before it was sold to Disney. In between like 2013 and 2019, it was called 21st Century Fox. Now they never changed the logo, like, or the 20th Century Fox logo with the fanfare that we always see at the beginning of the movie. No, they never changed it to this. But that is the logo, and it is an actual thing. And I'm wondering, did this come from like a trade show? Like, where did was this given as a gift from maybe, employees of 21st Century Fox at the time? Because they never really used it outside of, it was just the parent company name. But I think that's really interesting and really kind of cool, and just a weird, strange bit of history, because 21st Century Fox doesn't exist anymore. I just think it's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna put it back in the box and keep it, because who knows? I mean, my guess is it's probably, like I said, it's probably at a trade show, or maybe what is that, CinemaCon, where all the theater owners get together and they talk and kind of mingle with the studios. It's probably what this is. It's probably where this came from, or it was a gift that someone, corporate guy at 21st Century gave to his employees. Either way, I think it's really cool. So save it for that picture with Michael Biehn. I was actually thinking that it would be cool to try to find a movie that came out between 2013 and 2019 and try to find an actor and get their signature or something. You know what I mean? Like, Like, because that's when it came out, 2013 to 2019. Bull Alien. Or as Wraith said, Bullion. But it's kind of cool. And he just headbutted my hand. So, there you go. No need to apologize. Well, too late for that, Wraith. Too late for that. Barbecue Lifted Trucks in Melvor. Derek, welcome. Good to see you, sir. I abused the F out of sugar. I got lucky. I ate tubs of frosting for years as a spoon food. Wow, Rufus. Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot. No tea tonight. Already drank it. I was thirsty. Water it is. Yeah, see, Steve is making the same point I am about, there is some diabetes that is, what do you call it? Hereditary. But hey. Bullion? Maybe, possibly. Possibly. I had that bull figure. I think it looks painted better, though. Looks painted better. Better painted, though? Wraith is a cool dude. Yeah. That headbutting gets rid of my other question about it. What's that? By the way, I do want to bring this up before we get too far. I mean, we're already 40 minutes in. But I did want to bring this up. The passing of Quincy Jones. I don't know about you, but Quincy Jones was basically, along with a lot of artists in the early 80s and, even further back, was a big part of my music growing up, knowing that Quincy Jones was part of this and part of that and part of all these different projects. I love Quincy Jones. I did. There was a thing. Where was this? I think I must have it boxed up somewhere, but it's like an ET like it's not a promotional thing. It's like a soundtrack album with a bunch of extra stuff, but it's like a ET thing. Well, Michael Jackson was involved with ET for a bit, and Michael Jackson wrote some stuff for, I'm guessing, all the huge marketing push that came out after ET, right? Well, Quincy Jones was part of that, and I remember reading something from Quincy Jones in that thing where he was like, yeah, ET was, this and that, and just kind of talking about the effect of ET on whatever. So anyway, that's where I first learned about Quincy Jones, was from that whatever thing that I had from 1982, 83. And then I found out, oh yeah, he's Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is Michael Jackson's producer, and he produced Off the Wall, and he produced Thriller, and man, and then he did We Are the World and all this stuff, The Color Purple. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So yeah, I am showing my appreciation for the work of Quincy Jones. 91 years old though. I mean, look, there's going to be a lot of them coming up in the next 10, 15 years. We're going to have a lot of people that were part of our growing up and part of our childhood. They're going to be passing away, and it's going to be sad, but man, what a career. What an impact on the whole music industry, Quincy Jones. So there you go. Musical legend. Yes. Yes. He did all the sappy Michael Jackson tracks. True, but he also did a lot of great ones too. He did all of, as far as I know, I thought he did Off the Wall and Thriller, which Thriller was, I mean, I've talked about it. Billie Jean is a great, great song. So well put together as a song. I don't ever need to listen to it again because I've heard it 100,000 times. That's hyperbole, of course. But yeah, I've heard a lot. But he's great. He's great. I mean, that's possible, Sega Steve. Man, there's going to be some interesting stuff coming out with all that. But yeah, great respect. I mean, great producer. He really was a great producer. No, not Dick Jones, Ricky. Quincy Jones. 2016 was the worst year for losing people. Well, I think it's going to get worse. I mean, God, all of those insanely good directors that are, we got Clint Eastwood, 94, right? You got Michael Mann, Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg. He's got like Star Trek. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola. I mean, there's all Martin Scorsese. They're all getting up there, and it's just one of those things. It's gonna be tough. But yeah. But yeah. And hey, let's keep it chill. Let's keep it chill. Okay? Let's chill. It's okay. We're all friends here. We're all just having a good time. So, yeah, let's move on with hey, pickups. It's pickups time. And I love a good deal. I got great deals on this stuff. But at the same time, I'm going to be paying for this for a while, aren't I? Yeah. So yeah, I'm already in debt again. But it was worth it because I got great deals, okay? First up, this is going to be confusing. This might be confusing to some of you. And I will say it would probably be confusing to me. But I had to get it. The Hills Run Red. Now I want you to see something, okay? I want you to see something because this is important. And you might say, Rob, isn't The Hills Run Red like kind of not great? That's what I've heard. A movie that came out in 2009 that has, where's it at? That has a 5.4 rating on IMDb. Yeah. Group of young horror fans go searching for a film that mysteriously vanished years ago, but instead find that the demented killer from the movie is real, and he's thrilled to meet fans who will die gruesomely for his art. Yeah, I heard it wasn't good. But there's a method to my madness. If you look at, where is he? Where is he on here? One of the producers. Oh, there he is. Look at the produced by right there, Robert Meyer Burnett. And you might be saying, Rob, seriously? Dude, you've got this weird, crazy hard on for Robert Meyer Burnett. But here's the thing. I might be on his show coming up. You know, I put in a thing for his 1000th show, and I at least want to have seen one of the movies that he was a part of. And this one is kind of cool because what happened was, apparently during the pandemic, he and his, I guess the director and everything, they put together a crazy like bunch of special features for this. Look at all the special features that are on this movie that's a 5.4. Two commentaries, new interview with composer, new Running to the Hills, an interview with the executive producer, new Friday the 13th, new The Hills Are Alive, The Sound of Improv, William Sadler, Janet, I mean, just all this stuff. Oh, there's three commentaries. So basically, they put together a ton of special features for this, for the Shout Factory. It's actually, a Scream Factory release. Come on, there you go. You can see Scream Factory, right? I just was like, hey, man, I got a deal on it. Why not? Why not? Why not? But, let's see, wait, let me get caught up here. I'm going to... Wait. What am I? A marketer, not an artist. Well, possibly. Might have been inspired by Blair Witch. Yeah, from what I've seen so far, as far as like what the movie's about, it's not a great movie. But I seriously want to look. I love special features. So, and he put together some great special features for Lord of the Rings, for the Usual Suspects, things like that. Robert Meyer Burnett's made some great stuff. And so I wanted to at least watch it. Now, this next one was man, it'd be nice to have that for a long time. And I just could not pull the trigger. But again, this deal, 20% off, meant that I was going to get this set for about $61. I couldn't. Yeah, the poll is on the screen, Rufus. And yeah. Hashtag. This isn't the place. This is not the place for that. We're not talking about that stuff. And again, I'm all for it, whatever, but not here. All right? So we're talking movies right now. Or not movies, but this thing. So I will tell you about this. This, man, I'm so excited to watch this. So excited. You ready? I'm so excited because I've been wanting this for so long, and I finally said I can't say no. I can't say no. Yes, the Gatchaman complete series, the original Japanese version of this. Sorry, I don't understand. Shut up, Siri. I don't know why that happened. Why? That was weird. Anyway, I'm so excited. Now, you might remember, if you were a child of the 70s and 80s, you might remember the show Battle of the Planets with G-Force and, what was it, 7 Mark 7 and all that kind of stuff, right? Basically, the Americans took this series from Japan and tried to make a Star Wars clone out of it. But this is the original version. There's no 7 Mark 7. There's none of that stuff. I want to see this so bad, and apparently it's pretty violent for a series of that nature. So we're gonna open it up right now, and we're gonna look inside because I'm excited. Is Gotcha Man anything like Mr. Shake Hands Man? Yes. Does nobody remember Battle of the Planets? Am I the only one that loved this show? I love the show. G-Force, man. Oh, I loved it. So, little slipcase. Yeah. Man, this is cool. Oh, okay. I'm so excited. I know. This is one of those things that there's not going to be a lot of people that are into this, but I am super, super freaking excited. I'm a child. Look, when I was, 4 years old, 5 years old, preschool age, this was a top show on TV along with Star Blazers. And man, the art is so cool. I'm straightening all this out so we can look at it. I love this show. And to be able to watch the original version of the show, not an Americanized BS version. So you can see this artwork was done by Alex Ross. If you know anything about DC, you know that Alex Ross is the man. I mean, look, dude, that is so beautiful. And this artwork is gorgeous. You might not understand what's going on, but it's gorgeous. Now, he did artwork on all the freaking discs too. That's what I was straightening out. You just don't get it. I am so freaking excited. This is like I'm holding my childhood here. This is super, super freaking cool. And to like I said, get to see the original version of the show. I've never seen a single copy or single episode of this show in its original format. And then it comes with the rest. So 15 discs is what's on here. 105 episodes. The OVA is the original. What is that? What does that mean? The movie is on here. I don't remember what OVA means. Anybody know what OVA means? Anybody? Anyone in the chat? I don't know. Man, this artwork is so good. But then again, I also love Alex Ross. The original cartoon looks more like, oh my God. Here, let me show you this. It's 70s, right? It almost gets to Speed Racer levels of, but that's what the original show used to look like. But man, the artwork on the other ones, that Alex Ross art is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm super excited because I've never seen original video animation. Thank you. And there's some, oh man. Okay, so I'm super pumped. For $60 to have 105 episodes of a show that I used to love as a kid. I'm excited. I was trying to see how long this was. 855 minutes. How many hours? Oh my God, I can't type. Is 855 minutes. 14 wow, 14 hours and 15 minutes that I got right here of amazing, oh, gotcha, man, goodness. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. I know there's probably a lot of you that are like, I don't give a crap about that, Rob. Don't care. Well, I do. And I wanted to show it off. Yes. Gotcha, man. Okay, here's Hills Run Red. Gotcha, man. And then it was on sale. I got it for under $100. Rob, you spent how much? Yeah, about 200 bucks, okay? I got volume 4. So volume 4 for less than $100. And of course, volume 4 has these movies: The Rebel Intruders, Two Champions of Shaolin, Legend of the Fox, Black Lizard, House of Traps, Masked Avengers, The Sword Stained with Royal Blood, Five Element Ninjas, Shaolin Prince, Shaolin Intruders, Holy Flame of the Martial World, Opium, and the Kung Fu Master. Yeah. Bam. Volume 4. I got it. So let's open it up and look at it. So that means I have the 2 box sets. I've got the T Lung David Chang collection. I've got the Brave Archer collection, and then I have volume 1 through 4 of the Shaw Brothers classics from Shout Factory. And then of course, just in a couple of days, the 16th, I think, Shawscope volume 3 is coming out. But I'm very excited about this. Very excited. So you've got, yes, I love these movies. Some of them are dumb, but I don't care because I get a kick out of them. Watching them all the time. It's a lot of fun. Directed by Chang Che. A lot of them are. So the first 3 are. Those two are. There's a lot of Chang Che. Tong Kai. Tony Liu Chung Ku. I don't know who those are. But yeah, there you go. Look at all these insanely. Some of them are going to be bad. I know it. Some of them are going to be terrible. But I'm going to watch them because that's what I do. I watch a lot of these and they're yeah. What year is that? I wish they would put the years. That would be very helpful. 1983. These are both from 1983. Shaolin Prince and Shaolin Intruders. So yeah, a wide range of movies. Is that T Lung? Looks like T Lung. Yeah. Very excited. Yep, T Lung. Look, I like these movies, okay? Get off my back. And so that was the only corner. So there was only out of this shipment, only one corner. Well, okay, that one's a little bit, but not bad. This is the only corner that's kind of not great. Everything else looks great. So I'm excited. That's a lot of martial arts. That's a lot of martial arts movies to watch. So I'm excited. And then there's one more. Oh, by the way, so I got this yesterday, right? I got this box yesterday and was super excited. I'm like, I get to show them off on stream and all this stuff. Finally got Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 4. Awesome. So I've got all the Shaw Brothers Classics, and I only just got to get the Shawscope Volume 3, and I'll have all the Shawscopes. And this was announced yesterday. Volume 5. So there you go. Another box set from Shout. Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 5 coming to Blu-ray on January 14th. 11 more martial arts films. So, okay. That's that. I mean, that happened. So there you go. The way Rob feels about Gotcha Man is how I feel about my fast movies. Well, see, here's the thing. all I can tell you about that original show was the most of it comes from seeing the theme, and I can't play it. I wish I could play it. But I got to tell you, every time I heard it, I would get super excited. And recently I looked up the theme song. It's only like a minute and a half or whatever, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm getting like, I'm starting to tear up because it's bringing back memories of being in preschool and running around with, remember the jackets, the jackets with the snaps, not a zipper, with the snaps. Yeah, we used to take our jacket, take it off, put it around here, and snap it up here so that you'd run around. You'd run. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but you'd run around and it'd look like almost like a cape, like the G-Force capes. I loved it, man. I love G-Force so much. So to be able to get to see that the original version, I'm super excited. Super excited. It is like family. And Pixel Phoenix, welcome. Good to see you, Pixel. The sword stained with royal blood. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't know. Bacon boy. Yeah, I mean, let's see, look. Okay, 35% is bacon or sausage. I'm a big protein guy, so yeah, I agree with that. And of course, eggs are great. I mean, when you can get eggs and bacon and cheese and maybe a little bit of some sort of sauce and put them in a tortilla, dude, forget about it. That's great breakfast. A little hash browns, or a little. I get those. Not tater tots, but the like discs. They're like frisbees, but for ants. Little hash brown circle things. I put them in the air fryer, and that's what I've been making with my little eggs and bacon stuff. Every now and then, well, I'll make those. Yeah, it's good. So, and then you know what? Look, toast seems to always come in last, but man, good toast. Come on. But I do love the occasional pancake. The occasional, oh dude, you go to Waffle House, I mean, come on. You got to get yourself a pecan waffle. You got to. They're awesome. I love their pecan waffles. But biscuits and gravy is probably the one. It's probably the one. Post the link. You talking about the link to what? The Battle of the Planets theme song? Why? That seems very behind. Not a fan of Waffle House. I understand. I totally get it. But for years, that's another place that's kind of nostalgic to me, because on the weekends we'd smoke a little bit and then go have the all you can eat at Waffle House. So you get the patty melt plate with the hash browns, scattered, smothered, and covered. Yeah. Scattered on the grill, smothered in onions, covered cheese. Awesome. Scattered, smothered, and covered all day long. Okay? Patty melt. Scattered, smothered, covered. 2 of those. I'd eat 2 of those, and then I would have a pecan waffle at the end. I could eat back then, man. But what do you mean? What link, Cosmo? What link are you talking about? I just watched a comparison video that shows the difference between Gatchaman and Battle of Planets. I don't remember that series at all. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's a series that I grew up with. Star Blazers and Battle of the Planets. If Billy was in the chat, he'd probably be going, oh, dude, that's cool. That's cool. I kind of want to, I might have to let him borrow it. Because he's, it's Battle of the Planets, man. But anyway. Dude, this last Retropalooza, I had a pecan waffle from there, and it was awesome. Yes. See? Yes. You need Star Blazers? Yeah. I mean, look, Star Blazers is cool. But for me, Battle of the Planets was my jam, man. And I got to watch the new version of Star Blazers, which kind of, it scratched the itch for me. I was good after that. Dude, seriously, go watch Battle of the Planets theme song. It's so freaking great. And it's so 70s. And Casey Kasem was one. See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing about this Gotcha Man thing that I'm kind of scared about. It's because part of I'm thinking that maybe part of the thing that I used to love about it was Casey Kasem played Mark, right? And that was his name, right? But Casey Kasem was one of the voice actors. It had that very Star Warsy kind of feel to it. I don't know, man. But hey, for $60, I get to watch the whole thing. Link to the Gotcha Man song, the one that made you ugly cry. I mean, I don't know about ugly cry. Oh my God, what did I just do? But let me find it. Because it's got to be in my history, right? Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, stop. Stop. Let me do this. There we go. That's better. Mute what's coming out of the freaking thing there. But I want to see this. Okay. Where's the history? I'm in the wrong place. There it is. There it is. And again, you're probably going to go, Rob, this is bad. But I don't care. There it is. It's in the chat right now. I wish I could play it. I would play the crap out of it and freaking dance to it. And then I'd probably tear up. And then y'all would all go, what's wrong with you? I can't do it. I can't play it. Can't play it. Casey's voice sticks out like a sore thumb. Right. But it was also part of that period of time, right? I mean, he was what, Cliff Jumper on the Transformers. He was a part of all the things. I regret not getting a shot of Billy twerking at Retropalooza. There's always next year. Just, it's kind of like, I don't know. Billy's just always twerking. So, but I wanted to talk about some of the things that I watched this week. Okay? Some of the stuff that I watched this week. Carbonite, are you here? Because I have to give you credit. If you're here, Carbonite, all credit goes to you because you were the one that said that I should watch Talk to Me. This was good. And I'm not into horror movies. I'm not into horror movies, right? I'm definitely not into like slasher type movies or whatever. This one was super creepy and I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I will say that there are some issues story-wise toward the end. And there are also situations where I go, you guys are idiots. But for a premise that I had never heard of before, very interesting premise, and the performances were really good. Solid performances, especially the main actress. I don't know who the main actress is, but fantastic job. So I think that if you haven't seen Talk to Me, which is an A24 movie, you should watch it. You should watch this movie. And again, I was kind of watching stuff to try to figure out, okay, I want to watch some scary movies for Halloween. What can I watch? Talk to Me was one of them. It was fantastic. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. Now, the next movie is a movie that I'd had on my list. I'd seen the first movie in the trilogy, but didn't get around to seeing anything else. And I said, why not? I'll give it a shot. It's free. I can watch it right now. It's Pearl. This movie is worth watching for Mia Goth's performance because, oh my God, her performance is killer. No pun intended. But it's a killer performance. There is a sequence or a scene where I believe it's an unbroken take of like 10 minutes and it's just of Mia Goth's face as she's talking. And it is extremely impressive. Mia Goth is one of those people that she looks, she's not your typical movie star look. But wow, like I was so impressed. I was so impressed with the movie. The movie gets creepy and weird and like really weird. But this is, like it says, an origin story. If you've seen X, you know the family that is living at the place where the young people come to shoot their movies, right? Their X-rated movies. You get to see who those people were when they were younger, at least more about her. And wow, like I said, crazy good performance from Mia Goth. So I'm very impressed. And of course, the thing that I watched immediately after Pearl was This is the Zodiac Speaking. I've already done a review on it. Here's something really strange about This is the Zodiac Speaking. Matt Walls, welcome. Good to see you. I just want to show you this because it's weird. And this is like the only time that I've really seen it like this. Let me see. I mean, this just gives you an idea, okay? This video, when I did the video for This is the Zodiac Speaking, I was thinking, it's probably not gonna do great. It's probably gonna get some okay views. But look what happened. On the third day that the video was out, it spiked. It went crazy. It went way up. So that's what my views look like. Which is so strange. I've never seen one do that. So thank you guys for watching the Zodiac. This is the Zodiac Speaking review. But I have to say, if you're into the Zodiac at all, and the Zodiac case, this is a really interesting documentary that goes it goes into some areas of the Arthur Lee Allen case that I'd never seen before. And this is coming from a guy who has read a lot about the Zodiac. So it was really interesting. But again, just like any documentary, you kind of have to go, okay, wait a minute. Is this real or not? You know? But I had a great time watching it. And I think if you're into the Zodiac case, you're going to like it too. Then after the Zodiac, I watched Nosferatu, the original 1922 film. Because, of course, if you're a fan of Robert Eggers, you know that he's got a movie, Nosferatu, starring Bill Skarsgård. Sorry, I went blank for a second. I'm like, starring the guy, Bill Skarsgård. I was thinking Willem Dafoe, and I'm like, of course Willem Dafoe's in it, but who else is in it? Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård is going to be playing the role of Nosferatu. And my thinking was, I got to see the original. I worked at Blockbuster for many years. It was a big deal when we got the VHS in a clamshell case, you know? And I'm like, I gotta see this movie. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. And Not Gary, welcome. Good to see you. Hash browns, I'm all for it. All for the hash browns. But yeah, I was like, I have to see this movie, especially since I'm planning on seeing Nosferatu opening day, the Robert Eggers version. I gotta see it because it looks awesome. But I will say that the original is one of those where it's going to be like, for some people, since it's a silent film, there's going to be some people that can't sit still for it. But I was actually really impressed at how close, because it's based off of Bram Stoker's original Dracula story, which I've read. I've read the book like 2 or 3 times, and then I've seen the movie a ton of times because I love that movie. But this is it. It tells a different story, and it's close, but it's not the same. But it was cool to see what they decided they were going to go with from the novel, and then what they weren't, and that was kind of neat. And apparently, the Robert Eggers version is going to be based off of this movie. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting anyway. But the techniques in 1922, what they pulled off was very, very impressive. And again, you're talking about, you've got a set, right? And outside is supposed to be something outside across the street. And it's basically a piece of cardboard or painting or whatever. Man, it's very, very impressive. I was very impressed with the movie for 1922. So there you go. I saw Nosferatu for the first time. And it's going to be one I'm probably going to have to revisit, especially before the new movie comes out. But I wanted to see it. Now this one, I started thinking, okay, we've got the Criterion sale going on right now, right? It started on November 1st. Criterion sale is going on at Barnes & Noble, and it's also going on at a couple of different other retailers depending on the country you're in. Of course, Amazon is price matching in a lot of cases. And so I was looking through my list of movies that I wanted to see from the Criterion collection. So these are movies I haven't seen, but I have access to them because I subscribe to Max. So I went through on Max and I put a bunch of them in my little watch list. And so I started watching a couple. And the first one, wait, did I not watch? Where did I watch this? Hold on. Where did I watch this? Because if you want to see this, I want you to be able to know where to see it. Oh, yeah. So this one wasn't on Max, but it was available on Tubi. And it's also available on Hoopla if you have access to Hoopla through your local library. But that is 1992 Deep Cover. And this recently got put in the Criterion collection. And this is the start of Noirvember for me, okay? This is a noir movie, but with a black director, a black star, predominantly black cast. Very interesting. I got to say, I really enjoyed this movie. And partially, look, I got to say, I'm a big fan of Bill Duke. I love Bill Duke. I actually liked, and this was a couple of years, or like 2005, I think. I don't remember what year it was when it came out. Hoodlum with Lawrence Fishburne and Tim Roth. I actually liked that movie. But I like Bill Duke because, he's one of my favorite characters in The Predator, right? In the original Predator movie, Bill Duke is amazing. I'm going to have me some fun. And there's something about him. I've always thought he had gravitas. So to see one of his movies for the first time was cool. Really interesting editing techniques where, like that almost, I got to say, almost don't fit the genre that this movie's in, because it's basically a noir story, again, in LA with drugs and, undercover cops and all that kind of stuff, right? It almost doesn't fit. But anyway, strange techniques where a scene transition and a man walks across the screen and his body is the wipe for the next scene. So that's the transition to the next scene. It was very strange, but I really dug it. And yeah, I just want to say Deep Cover is a movie that I think if you're into noir type stories, Deep Cover is a cool one to watch, especially if you have access to it and you can just watch it on Tubi. Now, here's one of those things where I'm of two minds here. I would love to have read the article and everything in the Criterion edition for this movie. I would love to see the special features that are on a Criterion disc for this movie, because I didn't get those, right? If you're watching on Tubi or something, you don't get special features, you don't get any of that crap. But this is definitely not the kind of movie that I would buy and watch multiple times. This one, at this moment, probably don't need to watch it again. But if there was a commentary, if there was something like that, I might want to watch it, because I think Bill Duke's awesome. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't spend the $20 to get it on Blu-ray, that I just watched it for free. But there you go. Deep Cover. Lawrence Fishburne was great, by the way. And Jeff Goldblum. Oh my God. I've never seen Jeff Goldblum in a role like this, where I wouldn't say he's a scary guy, but he's definitely not a good guy. And it was really interesting. And Lawrence Fishburne, dude, hello. Awesome. Really liked him in this role. So there's that one. The next movie on the list is a classic. A classic in the noir style, but from the French point of view. The movie is Les Samurai by Jean-Pierre Melville, starring, what's his name? Alain Delon? I'm probably butchering that name. But he just recently passed away, the actor that you see on screen. He was 88 years old. He died 2.5 months ago. But this is one of those movies that when someone says that this movie like set a standard for the way that movies look from then on, I totally get it. Because he is so cool in this movie. Watching this, I don't know how people today, you know, of today's mindset and today's like, almost like, what do you call it? Like today's, what do you call it? Like the way that their attention span works and all that stuff. I don't know if they could watch a movie like this and go, oh, hell yeah. This is the kind of movie that I love. Because I don't think a word is spoken in like the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And even when dialogue is spoken, it's very to the point. There's very little wiggle room. It is what it is. And you're experiencing the story along with it. And there are things that, especially from today's mindset, today's point of view, you would look at this and go, they would never do that in today's world. They would never do that. And there would be multiple ways that he would not be able to do what he was able to do in this movie. But he's basically a hitman, and he's following almost like the code of the samurai. Super cool movie. I loved the way it was shot. I loved watching it. But when it was over, I felt very, okay. Like, that's kind of how I felt. I went, oh, okay. So this is another one where I'm glad that I saw it before I put up the money to buy it. Because now I know exactly what I'm going into. That being said, this is again, you see it right there at the bottom, new 4K restoration. They just recently put this out in 4K, Criterion did. I might have to buy it just to watch and study the way that this movie is put together. Because, oh my God, this movie is gorgeous. The way that it's shot and everything, it's great. It's great. When did this come out? I don't even know. When did Les Samurai? That is not when it was released. October 25th, 1967. Yeah. 67. This movie's awesome. It's great. It's so good. So I say definitely check it out, especially if you have a way that you can stream it and you can at least get an idea of what the story's about and what the movie is before you pony up the dough for one of the 4Ks or the Blu-ray or whatever. But even though I'm not a huge, it's not exactly the kind of movie that I could just sit in and, oh yeah, I want to watch this movie again for the story. The story is very thin. The acting is very, what you see is what you get. It's the way everything's put together that makes me want to see it again and almost study it. So there you go. There's that. Now, let's take a bit of a break and see how you guys are doing. Because we've got a couple more movies to talk about. I love hash browns so much. I seriously do. Hash browns have become a staple for me just because of, Crohn's Boy. But man, I love my hash browns. And right now, let's see what we're at. Ooh, tied for first place is eggs and bacon and sausage. Toast is in last place with 7%, and then of course other put in the chat 26%. So I get it, you know. I get it if you do like the other things, the pancakes, the waffles, the hash browns, the biscuits and gravy. I get it. I get it. The next Nintendo system will be backwards compatible with the Switch. Okay. Didn't we already know that? Isn't that a given? There's no way that they would not do that. I mean, I guess it's possible, right? But yeah. But thank you, right? That if that is actually confirmed, thanks for the news. The talkies ruin cinema. I don't think so. But I do love a good silent movie. I mean, I'm really impressed at some of these silent movies that I've seen. You know, the Buster Keatons, the Charlie Chaplins, Nosferatu. These were movies that were really well done, and what they were able to pull off emotionally. Now, what's weird is when it's like, it's almost like they couldn't figure out how to depict a passage of time. So there would be someone going to sleep, and then immediately they're up the next morning, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess it's morning time. You know what I mean? It's like there was no, they didn't know how to do fades and all that. You know what I mean? There were things that they just hadn't done yet, which was kind of neat to see. But yeah, I like it. Vulgate Empress, Vulgate, here from the deep south of Yorkshire, UK. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, but I appreciate you being here for the chat. And it's, you know, we're talking movies and stuff. It's fun. It was confirmed today Switch wasn't compatible with Wii U. That's absolutely true. But Wii U also wasn't very successful. So Switch being the powerhouse that it is, I would assume that it would be backwards compatible. And it seems like each one of the systems, each one of the manufacturers, right? Sony, Microsoft, their new focus seems to be, let's grow this library and get more and more complex as we go and not leave anybody behind, especially Nintendo, because the Switch was such a powerhouse as far as it sold a lot of Switches. There's a lot of Switches out there, a lot of games out there. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, honestly, I'm going to buy a new one probably anyway. And I'll probably keep my OLED. So I wouldn't care if it wasn't. I was trying to be funny while signaling my hipness to the terms of the time. Rufus, I understand. But I get you. In a weird way, I get you. But I don't know. I like the talkies. I like the talkies and I like the silent movies. Man, the silent movies are good, man. There's some really good ones. And I know for a long time, I wouldn't watch black and white movies. And this is a guy that grew up in the 70s, right? This isn't like somebody, you know, some kid these days that, you know, born in like 1996 or something. And they're all like, I don't want to watch something pre-1970. And I'm like, you're missing out, my friend. You young buck. Anyway, Metroid Prime 4. Other M is not Prime 4. I actually liked Other M. I'm like the only person that played through, beat, and enjoyed Other M, I think. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Now, to round out the horror movies that I was watching this week, I decided on another A24. That was in my list. I was on my watch list. I'm not sure if anybody specifically recommended this to me, but it is a movie that, like I said, I just wanted to see. If nothing else, to see the beginnings of Florence Pugh's career. That's Midsommar. Now, I watched Hereditary, and I thought Hereditary was insane. In a good way. Like, wow, I was really impressed with it. Toni Collette was amazing, of course. I think most people come away from that going, wow, Toni Collette. Holy shit. With this one, I wasn't as holy shit as I was with Toni Collette, but you totally can see why people thought, okay, Florence Pugh is one of the best actresses that we have today. I get it. Her performance is great and so subtle. For somebody so young to be able to emote with subtlety is really impressive. Really, really impressive. But I have to say, I don't understand exactly what it is about horror movies these days where they're like, you know what's really scary? Nudity from the elderly. Like, why Barbarian? Right? This might be spoilerish. I don't know. I don't care. Barbarian, Midsummer, Hereditary. What's up? What's with all the old nude people? Why? Why is this a thing? Why? What makes it okay? It makes you go, okay, but why? Why? Why is that a thing? Someone tell me. Please explain that to me. Why? Why? Tell me why. I don't know. But I have to say, like I said, I understand about Florence Pugh. I think she an amazing performance. Very strange movie. I was enjoying the movie to a point, and then I started going, okay, let's wrap this up. I get it. They're weird. There's a lot of crazy things going on. Let's wrap it up. And then the bear happened. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's move it along, people. So there you go. That's the thing is I enjoyed watching it. I'm glad I watched it. I'm happy it's over. That's pretty much my my review of Midsummer. I'm happy that it's over. Okay? So there you go. There's that. Now, I mentioned last week that there was a movie called The Golden Swallow. That the first movie, that the Golden Swallow is a sequel to a movie. Well, I picked it up. It was part of the sale. Look at there. The pickups weren't over yet. Wow. It's like a freaking Shyamalan movie up in here. You know what I mean? Like, what a twist. Who saw that coming? Yeah. Come drink with me. So, The Golden Swallow, which is the second movie here, which is that side. The Golden Swallow is the sequel to Come Drink With Me. Came out in 1965. It's one of the first wuxia movies. And Cheng Pei, I gotta say, I want to see everything she's done. She's great. I really, really, really enjoyed her. And she's cute. I gotta say, she's cute. But here's the funny thing. I say funny thing. It's not really funny. But she recently passed away. Like in July. But again, super long life. A career with this movie is one of the beginnings of the martial arts movement in Hong Kong with the Shaw brothers. This is I was wondering, like, okay, if this movie is so important, why isn't it in one of the Shaw brothers classics or one of the Shawscope stuff? Well, it's because this is like one of the movies, the big reasons why all of these other movies exist is because of the success and this is a great movie. I really, really enjoyed this one. And what's cool about this is an Arrow release, by the way, not a Shout Factory. This is an Arrow release. You get a lot of stuff. You get, of course, the disc. You get a booklet. You get reversible cover art. So if you want the original artwork, you can have that, or you can have the new art. I'm probably going to go ahead and switch this around. So there you go. There's the original artwork now. Nice. And again, this booklet is packed with stuff. I haven't read all this yet. In fact, I haven't read any of it yet. But some of the essays that are in the Arrow and the Criterion releases, amazing stuff. Even the Second Sight stuff, great stuff. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I own this now. And this is a movie that, like, if you watch any documentaries on the martial arts movement in Hong Kong, Come Drink With Me comes up all the time. And I kept waiting. I was like, when is Come Drink With Me going to be on one of these box sets? There's a reason why. It's because it's one of the best. It's one of the best overall, and it's one of the ones that was the beginning. I'm not going to say so much as like this is like the Citizen Kane of martial arts films, but it's way up there. And the fact that they switched from this movie is she's the center of the movie, right? Chang Pei Pei is the center of the movie. She played Jade Fox in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, by the way. But so many great interviews. There's a really nice 50-minute documentary done by Celestial Pictures, who has put out all of these. Celestial Pictures is the company that's responsible for all the Arrow releases, the Shout Factory releases. So I'm guessing they're doing the restorations of these movies. Great stuff on this. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So Come Drink With Me. And again, 20% off. This was amazing. And if anybody's interested in where I got that stuff, I should probably post it in the freaking physical media section on Discord. But basically, there's I found it on eBay. It's an eBay store that sells new product, and they're doing a 20% off. Now, I don't know when the sale ended, because I bought these Wednesday of last week, and I got them today. Super fast shipping, all that stuff. Everything was in pretty good shape. I got an amazing deal. So I watched Come Drink With Me, and then I did watch The Golden Swallow. And I have to say, wow, what a disappointment. The Golden Swallow is still like an entertaining film, but they basically said, okay, we want to do a sequel, but it's going to be more male focused. So I don't understand why they didn't just change the story. Like, why even reference Come Drink With Me if you're not going to make her the star of the movie? She's not the star of the movie. So it's really strange. So you got two movies here with Chang Pei Pei where she kind of plays, I wouldn't say a lesser role like a lot of them, where it's the woman is definitely an afterthought. She's definitely got a bigger role than other movies, but it's really disappointing. And I think it's because apparently Chang Che was more interested in telling big masculine action stories, because apparently Hong Kong movies and Chinese movies from that time period before, they were all female focused. So the females were the stars. Females were the, whatever. But it was really, dude, watching a martial arts like a female martial arts person flipping around doing all this stuff, it's really cool. I really enjoy it. And it made me realize, yeah, I really like these. I almost like them more than the male-led stories, because the female ones seem to have more heart, and there's actually more plot to the story. But Chang Che didn't see it that way. So Chang Che basically, yeah, I mean, he makes some really fun movies and some entertaining films and all that kind of stuff. Very, very action-oriented. And then, of course, John Woo took a lot of that style that Chang Che had and his filming techniques and put them in his movies with Chow Yun-fat and all that stuff. But man, I kind of wish there were more female-led stories, because I kind of like them. But there you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things I watched. I watched a lot of stuff this week. And I think part of that is because I was just trying to keep my mind off of today. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Now let's get caught up here. Clerks made me comfortable enough to watch Citizen Kane and the old horror flicks. Later, James Rolfe made me look into the rest. Yes. Yeah, Clerks actually is almost, you could look at it as almost like a gateway film, you know? Like it's a recent, a more recent movie, but it's black and white. And I think maybe The Lighthouse may have done that for people too, which if you haven't seen The Lighthouse, I mean, whoa. Though I will say this about Robert Eggers, okay? Except for The Witch. I think The Witch is probably my favorite of all of his movies. But every movie I've seen, I go, wow, that's really interesting. And I don't need to see it again. The Witch is definitely a movie I want to see again. Because I just think that one was so gorgeously shot. And it's just my favorite. It's my favorite of those. But the others, like The Lighthouse and The Northman, man, beautifully shot, all that kind of stuff, wonderfully acted, but don't need to see him again. I know people like Midsommar, but God, yeah, that movie put me to sleep. I can totally see that. Midsommar had me though. I was all the way in on that movie. I really, really enjoyed watching it. But then when all the things really become clear, it starts to be like, but why though? Why? Why with the older nude people? Why? Why do I need to see that? I don't know. I don't understand women and doing what they do in that movie. Me neither. But I still will say that, especially if you're into, it's weird, man. A24, they make interesting movies. It's kind of like, I can't say that I care for that movie. Like I would probably give that movie like 2 3/4 stars, right? Out of 4, a 6 out of 10, which to me means I'm not really recommending that movie. But man, I'm glad that someone's out there making interesting films. It's like Pearl and Talk to Me and all that stuff. A24 is at the forefront of this. They've got so many movies that it's, the only thing that I will say is that there seems to be a lot of movies in the A24 catalog that I get to the end and go, what? Civil War is a great example. I was in on that movie 100%. Get to the very end and then I was like, I'm like that kid, that one, that one meme kid. Yeah, that was me at the end of Civil War. It's like, well, crap. But still, pretty amazing. Come drink with me is my favorite pickup line. I mean, you know what's funny though? I kept waiting for the line to be said. They never said the line. But then it completely makes sense. It's a weird. I liked it though, man. I really liked it. I really enjoyed. And but look, I get it, man. There's not going to be a whole lot of people that are like, Rob, martial arts films, not the deepest stories. True. I still like them. I still enjoy them. I still like talking about them. So, what's next? What's next here? Oh, let me show you. Oh, books wise, what have I been reading? Anybody readers? Any readers out there tonight? I finished Brandon Sanderson's Warbreaker, which is a standalone novel in the Cosmere, which is what Brandon Sanderson calls his Like all the books that he writes are sort of in the Cosmere. So it's kind of his universe. I never learned to read. Not Gary. You son of a no. So anyway, I read Warbreaker, finished it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But it really ends strangely. So I was kind of like, okay, that talk about a movie or a story that ends with a oh, okay. Book was over. So now I'm reading that one. I'm reading the digital version of the Letters of J.R.R. Tolkien. It's on my list. And then Jinsu actually was asking about, you know, when it comes to reading lists, when it comes to Tolkien, it's basically, I just wanted to explain this really fast. For anybody that's interested in getting into reading Tolkien, okay? First, read The Hobbit, okay? The Hobbit is not only his first published work, but it's also the one that's the most approachable and the easiest to get into and the easiest to finish. It's not a long, it's not sitting there. It's not sitting there. It's up here. Because I took pictures. It's not a long book. So I would recommend reading The Hobbit, right? Read The Hobbit. And if after reading The Hobbit, you're like, yeah, I need more. And I want to go ahead and read Lord of the Rings. Well, go ahead and read Lord of the Rings. But when you get to the end of Return of the King, you're going to see appendices. Oh, I don't need to read those. Yeah, you do. You should read the appendices. There's some great stuff in there. And here's the thing. To me, the appendices read like almost like someone going, okay, so we just told you this story. Here's a couple of the other things that happened. Okay, so this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. And then way back in the history, this happened and this happened and this happened. So it's one of those things where the way that it's written is going to almost tee you up. You're either going to be bored to tears and you're going to say, I'm good. I'm good now. Thanks. Or you're going to go, ooh, I'm really interested in all of the world building that came because of, it was almost like he was creating a world, Tolkien, just creating it through world wars and his life, his teachings or whatever. He's just creating. And then he writes The Hobbit and it basically in the world and it makes him focus in on a story while he's created all this stuff. And then Lord of the Rings is a response to how crazy The Hobbit sold. The Hobbit sold so well that his publisher was like, yeah, you need to do a sequel. And he's like, okay, well, here's the Silmarillion. They're like, how about a sequel to The Hobbit, though? And it took them forever to want to release the Silmarillion. Because it's like, it's the creation of the universe and the creation of Middle Earth and the creation of this and that. And it's different ages and this huge story and this huge encompassing thing, right? So basically, what I'm trying to say is Lord of the Rings. You get through Lord of the Rings. If you can get through that and you want more, you go, okay, then turn the page. Read the appendices. If you don't like the appendices, you're not going to like anything that comes after. Okay? That's just the truth. The Silmarillion is next. And the Silmarillion is basically the history of all the things. It took me years, like 20, 30 years to actually get through the Silmarillion. And what did it for me was reading the book along with the audiobook. And you can get those audiobooks and all this stuff. You can get a lot of it from your local library. That's why I tell you, get a library card. It's awesome, especially if you like to read. You can get audiobooks and just, oh, this it's got a 2-week wait. Okay, get in line. And when it's ready, it'll email you and you just download it and listen to it. It's awesome. Seriously, more people need to be taking advantage of that. And of course, also some libraries also give you Hoopla or Canopy, these amazing services with a bunch of movies that you can rent and books that you can download, whole like CD, like music and everything, access to all kinds of stuff. You got to do it if you're a fan of, media. Anyway, if you get through the Silmarillion and you're good there, you, at least in my opinion, you move on to Unfinished Tales. Unfinished Tales is kind of like and there's also all this. And it's kind of like the history of Middle Earth light. So it gives you a bunch of other things and almost, I think a lot of people will be frustrated by this. In a lot of parts of Unfinished Tales, he's retelling some of the stories you read in the Silmarillion from a different angle almost. Or I'm going to add this whole other thing. And then it starts to really delve into the creation of the Legendarium, right? All of it. So yeah, it's just a thing. And then after that, man, you can go hog wild and you can read whatever. You can read the history, which is almost like, in the way that I described it, is almost you're standing over Tolkien as he's going, okay, I wrote this paragraph or this idea of this part of the story. I'm going to rewrite it in a different way and add to it. And so you're going to read some of the same story multiple times. But it's literally kind of like watching the master at work and watching how these stories developed. And I read all 12 of them and they were fascinating. Not the quickest reads though. They're not page turners, because you're literally, like the story of Beren and Luthien, you're going to be reading multiple versions of the story of Beren and Luthien. But if you get into Tolkien like I do, you're going to eat that crap up. But sometimes it's a slog, and that's the way it is. Then you've got, let's see, Tales from the Perilous Realm is a bunch of shorter stories that he wrote, some Middle-earth, some not. There's the Children of Hurin. Okay, so there's the Children of Hurin, Beren and Luthien, The Fall of Gondolin. The Children of Hurin is basically Chris Tolkien, Tolkien's son, right? Because Tolkien died in 1973. His son said, hey, there's all this stuff. We can release a bunch of this stuff. So over time, the Silmarillion came out. Then Unfinished Tales came out. Then the History of Middle-earth started coming out. Then he decided, the Children of Hurin, this story has been retold in so many different versions, right? Why don't I compile a through line? So it's almost like as close to a finished story of the Children of Hurin as you can get. That's what the Children of Hurin is. The audiobook is read by none other than Christopher Lee. Yeah. So of those three that I just mentioned, it's the only one that feels like a finished story. Beren and Luthien and Fall of Gondolin follow more of sort of the Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales kind of feeling, where it's like there's a bunch of different versions of this story, but by the end of it, you get what Tolkien was going for. So in other words, instead of having to read all of these separate books to get the story of what Beren and Luthien was supposed to be, you can just read Beren and Luthien. You can just get the Beren and Luthien book and get it. And the Fall of Gondolin is the same thing. So all the different versions of the Fall of Gondolin, you can have that as a single volume, so you don't have to go through multiple books to get a lot of the story. I hope that makes sense. So that's what those three, and in a lot of cases in America, they sell them as a box set called The Great Tales. But really, only Children of Hurin could be looked at as being like almost like a finished, like you can read it like a book, like a story. The other ones are more like you read a chapter and then Christopher Tolkien kind of comes in and goes, okay, so basically we got this from over here and this from over here. We put it together. Christopher Tolkien was amazing. Okay. But sometimes it's kind of like, dude, can you just step back and let the story be told? But that's not the point, because there are all these different versions that he had to try to put all together. It's crazy stuff. And then everything else beyond that, in my opinion, is extra stuff. So you've got his, he translated Beowulf. He translated Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. He translated was it the Battle of Maldon? I don't own that one. But there's a bunch of those that he's a bunch of his translations. So they're more, classic stories that he translated for, for his studies. And a lot of them you can see where he got ideas for Lord of the Rings and for, you know what I mean? There's some really cool ties in there. It's pretty neat. But yeah. So everything else, there's the Guide to Middle-earth, which is nice because especially if you're reading any of the history or anything, if you get to something and you're like, okay, I kind of remember what that is, but what is it? You can just look it up real fast and go, okay, there, bam, awesome. In fact, I have the paperback version of Complete Guide to Middle-earth and the new illustrated version. But there's The Nature of Middle-earth, which is a recent book after Christopher Tolkien died. I haven't read it. The Fall of Numenor, from what I've heard, is a lot like The Children of Húrin, Beren and Luthien, and Fall of Gondolin, where it's, hey, the story of the Númenóreans in the Second Age, which is what Rings of Power is about. But the story of Numenor and all that, yeah, we've just compiled all of those from all these different places and put it in one book, one easy to read here. Here it is. It's all here. And I think that's what the Fall of Numenor is. I haven't read it yet, so I haven't gotten there. So yeah. And then there's the art books. There's the complete Tolkien Companion, which is another sort of reference book. I went on way too long on that, but I do love my Tolkien, and the letters are really kind of cool. Letters to his sons, letters to his couple of letters to his wife that I've read so far, which were interesting, and then a lot of letters back and forth to the Unwins, his original publisher in the UK, and some of the struggles that they had to go with, with The Hobbit. It's very, very interesting stuff. If you're into it, you may be completely like, no, I love it though. I'll also recommend, if you really want to get into it, you can do what I did and read the history of The Hobbit along with reading The Hobbit, which was really fun. And then read, it's way down here. There's it's the Reader's Companion for Lord of the Rings by Hammond and Skull. I've got a couple of SCULL, by the way. Anyway, I read the companion along with my last reread of Lord of the Rings. So I would read a chapter in Lord of the Rings, and then when I was done with that chapter, I would go over to that chapter in the companion and kind of go through and say, oh, that's what that is. Oh, yeah. Just more information on each part of the chapter, which I really enjoyed. But anyway, it's probably way too much about Tolkien, but there you go. There you go. I picked Indian names for education other than I was done. I'm not sure what you mean, Rufus, but there you go. Incredible Genius. Yes, Ninjinzu. But I also wanted to show this off because the Folio edition, the Folio Society is putting out a big bad special edition of The Hobbit. And beautiful artwork by Alan Lee. Here, let me get rid of my stupid face again because I'm covering it up. Gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous set, but they're very expensive. The Lord of the Rings that came out last year, I believe, were $1,500. $1,500. For like those three books, $1,500. But they look like this. And this Hobbit, there you go. That's what so the two sets will go together and they will fit together. But my guess is yes, the Hobbit will sell out as quickly as the $1,500. I mean, it's gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. Sumptuous, you might say. Amazing looking. But just for kicks, here, let me turn my stupid face back on. Bam. Just to see. Let's just see. We're going to go to eBay real fast. And we're going to, oh, look, come drink with me. What am I looking for? Folio Society Lord of the Rings. Okay, those are the older ones. 258, 194. Where's some of the big bad ones? There you go. Wow. Look at that. Come on, $8,000. Come on. Come on. But a lot of the Folio Society ones are really nice. Some of the older ones. $2,200. Get out of here. $10,000. Get out of here. But yeah. So there you go. That's the Easton Press. Those are what the Easton Press ones look like. And I typically like Easton Press, but I think I don't like the way those look. I just don't like them. I think they look gross. But yeah. So basically, those Hobbit ones are going to sell out, and it's going to be insanely expensive. So, and Bucho, welcome Bucho. I didn't say hi, but hi. Good to see you, sir. Demon Haunted World. You need to expand the world and lore of the manager. It can be like where he's like Gollum and lived in an abandoned blockbuster this whole time. I don't know about that, but it's kind of interesting. Guarding and holding onto the last movie someone rented. Yeah, I don't know about that. Also still reading The Dragon's Path by Daniel Abraham. I like to run a nonfiction in the morning and a make 'em up at night. Okay. We were talking about reading. It was a voting joke. I'm wasted on this audience tonight. Well, maybe it's just because the voting stuff, like I see anything with voting and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to reference it. I'll just say this. It oogs me out. Either one of them. So it's going to be a challenge. So I don't like thinking about that. I like focusing on the stuff that Order 42 is all about. Movies and books and good stuff. Not a bunch of bullshit, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway. So, no offense, Rufus, but I'm not in the mood for voting stuff tonight. Just not in the mood. The manager cameo in Goobins? I mean, maybe. Or you could have a Goobin. You know? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. Ugh. Now, I wanted to bring this up. This is sort of movie news. I would say it's more of... I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. There's a part of me that thinks maybe? Kind of, maybe? Okay, anyway. Here it is. South Korea is testing snack films with lower ticket prices to shake up the box office. So, basically short films. 44-minute, this is the example that they bring. 44-minute long movie for a lesser price. And then I started thinking about, so basically a TikTok version. It's not like taking a movie and truncating it down to a shorter runtime. It's basically saying, hey, we're going to have this one and it's only going to be 44 minutes long. I don't know. I think this is an interesting thing. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to catch on. But there's a part of me that thinks that could be kind of interesting, though. There could be people that say that if they work in an area where there's a theater nearby, they might say, you know what? Instead of eating lunch, I'm just going to go watch a quick short film. You know, I mean, I can totally see myself doing that, since I did that once. it wasn't like I skipped, you know, I didn't go back to work or something. It was basically, hey, I'm gonna get all my stuff done really fast, because that was my job, was to do visits and things. I'm gonna get done really fast so I can go watch this movie by myself in the afternoon. And that's what I did, and it was fun. So I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks, it's a cool idea, interesting concept. But I think it's a bigger problem. I think the prices today, for some people, don't reflect the experience they get at the theater, right? If they're paying, $15 for the ticket, they're paying, I don't know, $4 for the drink, $5 for, another $6, however much it is popcorn. So you're looking at a $25 experience right there, one person. How do you justify, or I mean, not how do you justify, but how do you expect that person to be able to come in here and pay the same amount for less? Now, I mean, it says lower ticket prices, but I don't think that the ticket prices, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the issue. I think that part of the issue is that, by the way, the director of Joker, Todd Phillips, said the other day something along the lines of, hey, quit showing so many commercials in front of the movie. It ruins the mood. And I'm like, I've been saying that for years, but people are like, no, the theaters need their commercials. And I'm like, yeah, but come on. I think I think you should be upfront with your consumers. If you say, hey, I don't know what you would call it. But I think you should be upfront to say, movie actually starts at this time. Like if you have a ticket and it says 2:00 on it, I should be able to count on the fact that at 2:00 the movie's gonna freaking start. Or at least, okay, I might have a trailer or two. Not 74 trailers. I mean, we've talked about this plenty of times. I'm all for the theaters, having to basically subsidize for the amount of money the studios are taking from them for displaying these movies. But to make the people that are still coming to your theater for the experience, to make that worse than it used to be, it's kind of hard for me to stomach. And I wish that there was a better way. I don't know what that way is. But I guarantee you, if I see a commercial for a product, in most cases, I'm going to actively hate that product because you're wasting my damn time. It's tough. It's a tough situation. So I don't know. Let me go back a second. Let's see. My dad's rewatching the Indiana Jones movies for like the 5th time this year, and I still have yet to see any. You haven't seen any of the Indiana Jones movies? You should watch those. You should watch those. Dude, Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. Temple of Doom, holy crap. Last Crusade, great. Crystal Skull, yeah, that was okay. But man, you gotta see those. A Gubin manager. It was so much voting stuff as much as it was rating stuff, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude. I see those words and it's like ugh, cringes. I cringe. I think it's because, and again, I don't want to. I mean, look, seriously, hashtag no politics. But both of them, I I loathe both of them. I don't know what to tell you. I just and it makes me scared for our country because both of them have the potential to do extreme damage. And it's like pick your poison. What do you want? That's what it's like. And I hate that both parties have put us in the position of these are our choices. And it would have been the same if even if Biden hadn't dropped out. But anyway, hashtag no politics. Uh Manager could have summoned the Goobins as revenge, but couldn't control them. Then things go haywire. I'd totally go to the theater for like a 30-minute movie. See, Ricky, and that's the thing. There's a part of me that thinks that it is a good idea for people like you who don't have the attention span to sit through a movie. And I say that, and it almost sounds like I'm mocking you, but I'm not. I totally understand it. I can't personally understand that because movies put me under a spell and I love that. I love watching a good, long, great movie. You know what I mean? I love that experience. But I totally understand that there's a lot of people that don't have that kind of time, don't want to invest that kind of time, don't have the attention span for that. So it is an interesting concept. I just don't know if there's enough people for that to really be a thing. Because now you're talking about, okay, we're going to spend less money because this is a shorter product, right? But then that also means that, man, your marketing to get people to go to the theater to see a short film, you still have to sell somebody on that. And I don't know if you're like marketing costs from a studio standpoint, it doesn't matter if it's an hour and a half long film or a 3 hour film. You still got to get somebody interested enough to get their butts off the couch to go to the theater. So that means that they're going to have to be spending as much money as they do for marketing as they do on a full length film. And then at the end result, they're getting fewer dollars for the same amount of marketing cost. Does that make sense? So getting somebody interested in something, it's going to cost the same. Now, of course, the more money you spend on marketing, the better chance you're going to find your audience for that movie. That audience will go to the theater and support that story. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I find it very, like I said, it's an interesting concept. I don't know all the specifics of how they could do it. 2 hours is already not enough time to tell a proper story. That's true, Rufus, but there are certain short stories that I love. I love a good short story. And I think good short films, it can be done. I'll give you a great example. The beginning of Up. In seriously 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I'm completely invested and crying my eyes out. There you go. So, sorry, I just went down a path in my head and I'm like, wait a minute. I was thinking about this and then I was like, yeah. But no, it's this super interesting concept. I don't know. That's why I show up 15 minutes after the ticket time. But see, here's the thing though. Why don't they put that on the effing ticket? Because here's the thing, and this is what irritates me about the, and Shozama has said this many times too, right? He's been in the chat, and I agree with him. The theaters are kind of on this on our side. They should be on our side. And they should be fighting the studios on the fact that, look, it's not costing us any less. So you guys need to start giving us more money because we're the reason that you've got these huge freaking box office, right? They've got to work better with the studios. And the studios themselves should realize that without the theaters, they're not going to have these huge box office things. It's not going to happen. So they have to work together. And I think part of the thing is, why would you continually make the viewing experience worse for your customers? Why are you showing me a commercial while I'm sitting in the theater to tell me to watch movies in a theater? That's the stupidest effing thing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Stop wasting my time. How many times have I seen the if you're not watching it on a big screen, get out of here with that. I'm here. Shut the F up and get on with it. And this is the thing, okay? Why do Coke and Sprite and popcorn ads and all that BS about that? Why are those there? We we walked in the theater. We know that Coke exists. We don't need to be reminded of it. I don't need to see a rap star or a basketball star or whoever. I don't need to see people enjoying a drink. I am aware that they are there. I know that they're there, and I walk right past them because I can't drink them. Why are you wasting? I know that Coke is a thing. M&M's commercials. Does anybody not know that? Like, oh my God, an M&M, little chocolate covered candy with the commercial with the guy. Oh, I don't think we should invite him to the party. You know, oh, the mime guy. How many times have I seen that commercial? Why do I need to be reminded that M&Ms exist? I know they exist. They're tasty for a bit, and then I get tired of them. F off with that. Stop it. Stop reminding me of the things that I know damn well are in the theater. It drives me insane. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my damn time. So my thing is, if you're going to do that, if you're going to show a butt ton of commercials, right? You're going to make me, then you need to say, okay, here's the deal. And you need to make this pact with your consumers. On the website, it should say, movies start 30 minutes after the scheduled start time. Then I'll be perfectly happy. I'll walk in at 2 minutes before while I see the trailer for, whatever movie for the umpteenth time, because I see a lot of movies. I mean, I don't know how many times I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, but I was kind of like, okay, I get it. Furiosa was another one. It's like, I saw Furiosa, holy crap. It was almost like the amount of times I saw the Furiosa trailer, I could have seen the movie. But just get on with it. It's not a consumer-friendly experience. I understand that they need to make money, and it's terrible that the studios have put themselves in that position. It's terrible that the theaters allowed the studios to put them in the position where they have to play 10, 15 minutes worth of commercials for something I already paid for. It just sucks. I don't know. I've seen the ending where they have to keep their eyes closed multiple times. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ricky. Like the random short films and plays in Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, there you go. Bandit's Best. Welcome. Good to see you. Any good VHS pickups lately? I gotta say, no. The last VHS that I owned or that I bought is probably my copy of the Star Wars Special Edition widescreen. Maybe there's a moth in here. Where'd he go? Anyway, but yeah, I'm not a VHS guy. It's just not my thing. And I mean, I will say that I did pick up a Laserdisc of Blade Runner because it's one of my favorite Ridley Scott movies. But it's not. Oh my god! Are we still streaming? Okay. I don't typically. Oh. Holy crap. I just deleted. I am sorry. Can I undelete those? Here, let me, unhide. Unhide? Ricky, I'm sorry. I just freaking... Did I ban Ricky for some reason? I'm sorry, Ricky. I did not mean... This all fell, and I don't understand how it deleted. How dare? I don't know. I don't know what happened. That is freaking funny. That all the stuff fell. And the moth just landed on my arm. I wonder, does that mean anything? Is that a good luck thing? And now he's by my feet. Dude, what are you doing in here? I don't get it. Oh, he was back there? Well, now he's up there. He's by my curtains. That's funny. Stupid moth, man. That moth has been in here, not in here, but like in my house for like a week. But basically, you were asking about VHS. Yeah, VHS is not my thing. I buy Blu-rays and I mean the occasional DVD if needed. But yeah, Blu-rays and I like books. That's about as far back in as far as media goes. I will buy a book, a hardback book from time to time, but VHS is not my thing. Collecting VHS is just not my thing. But there you go. Coke, is it? Oh, Coke is it. He's trying to give me a kiss. Bastard. At least I didn't scream. I mean, lucky I've seen him many times over the last week. There he is. Here he is by the door. You saw him. Bastard. Bastard moth. Oh my god, I unmodded you? Well, we'll just change that. There you go. Sorry, Ricky. I apologize. It's bad luck to kill one. No, I don't want to. Look, he's been in here. I've had a chance to kill him multiple times, and I just kind of like, man, let him do his thing. He's not going to sting me. Do moths have teeth? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh my god, it's already 9:30. Dude, chill. You've got to be close to death. There's not much to eat. I have the power. Yes. I just wanted to bring this up because I just thought it was cool. It is another book related thing. But here you go. The End of the World as We Know It anthology novel returns to the world of Stephen King's The Stand. So basically, Stephen King has said, hey, all you writers out there, you got a story you want to tell in the Stand universe? There you go. I just think that's cool. And I want to read it because I love The Stand. Now that I've read The Dark Tower, The Stand is no longer my favorite. Man, he's way up there. Man, you're so high up there. I think when the air came on, it woke him up or something. Because now he won't. Just land, dude. Just chill. Freaking chill. Hopefully I don't get attacked. But I just think that's cool, man. The Stand, man. Love The Stand. Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Am I blind? I think I was blind because I was looking at that light. He keeps dive bombing me. Bastard. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go pee and hopefully let him out so he'll chill. So I'll be right back, okay? We just have a few things that I have left to talk about. Okay? I'll be right back. Peeping Tom. Okay, so tell me if you've ever had this. So I thought, oh man, maybe it's because I was staring at the light too long or whatever. But what happened was kind of like if you can look straight ahead, my right. See, it's weird. I can't tell, but there's like these bands, these weird bands of where it almost looks like a computer program. I know this is going to sound strange, but it's like this wavy. In my sight, there are these little waves that are moving almost like zigzags. Damn moth. In my sight. So for a second there, I couldn't read. It's actually like if I look straight ahead and I'm trying to read this, if I'm looking at the word, if I'm looking at 1967, I can see down below, like where the G is in screenwriting, N and the US, and then down further, There's almost like a like this weird thing where it looks like, I don't know. It's strange, but it's such a strange thing. It's hard to explain. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Slade's movie? Hannibal Lecter. The late great Hannibal Lecter. No, he's not dead. I was like, "What?" I thought that's what you were saying. I was like, "Oh my god, breaking news." Uh it's because you're in the Matrix. It happens to me all the time. Yeah, see now, and they've moved. Now that I'm looking ahead, now they've moved. And it's that sounds like it would suck ass. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, mine lasts about 30. It's a visual migraine. Well, see, the weird thing is my head doesn't hurt, but what it does is it'll move, and they'll slowly move to the edge of my vision. That's so weird, Billy, that you have the same thing. This has only happened to me like 3 times in my life. Did I catch it from you? Did I catch visual migraines from you, Billy? But it's weird. It's kind of, they almost look like how can I explain this? It's almost like a kaleidoscope of angles, and they look like zigzags, but they're almost moving kind of like the the old Windows screensaver, the Beziers. That's what it almost looks like. It's such a weird thing. I've had that a lot while driving. Oh yeah, see, I've had it once while driving, but this has only happened to me like 3 times. But for a second there, I couldn't read the chat for a second, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? But yeah, anyway. Well, let's move on. How about we do, dude? It's really kind of it's only on this right side, like over here. Like as I'm looking, if I'm looking at you, it's like right here. It's very strange. I always thought it was tunnel vision. I have exactly what you describe. Okay. The moth. You son of a, he bit me and gave me, well, from what I hear, it's a mixture of poor sleep, which is true. I've been sleeping like crap lately, and stress. The problem is I don't know. Visual migraine pics. Dude. Okay, the foggy one, no. It's not foggy. It looks kind of like that one right there. Let me do this. Doesn't look like that. It kind of looks like this one, but it's not color. Visual migraine. I'm glad that there you go. It's kind of like that. Weird. But it's weird that it's moving, and it almost, if I try to focus on a point of them, because now it's over here, it's kind of affecting the outside of my vision now as it's moved. It's weird, man. It almost, now see, now it almost looks like it's snaking instead of like a zigzag. Anyway, interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Because my eyes are like, They're messed up right now. Well, there you go. So Rufus, so I'm explaining. Well, it's like me, you, and Billy apparently have the same thing. Took some shrooms. No, no shrooms for me. Uh, Nintendo has its own music app. Yeah, I mean that's cool if you have the Nintendo thing, but like all those, I mean, I totally understand if you're a big Nintendo stan that would be cool, but I don't have the online stuff for Nintendo and whatever that is, and I can't. It's a cool add-on if you already have that. You know what I mean? But like the Breath of the Wild soundtrack, yeah, I've got that in my Apple Music because I bought the CDs. I have the CDs, so it's just a weird thing. Man, that is very awkward. And it seems to only be my right eye. Very strange. But the problem is my left eye I can't see as well. Jagged flickering lightning. Yes, very close. It happened when I was driving once. I had to pull over. Oh man. See, mine's never affected me this bad. It's like a pretty good section of my vision right now. Usually when I jump in front of multiple monitors in the morning when I'm dehydrated. I'm not dehydrated. The music app has that Breath. Yeah, I knew that Breath of the Wild was on there. But again, I mean, I own it. So it's kind of like, it doesn't affect me that much. You can't cover it. It's in your mind's eye. Yeah, but then it's not affecting me nearly as much. When I cover my right, maybe it's just because it's on my right side. Yeah, because wow. It just occurred to me that Bateman, as in Patrick Bateman, sounds similar to the name Batman. Coincidence? I think not. Maybe they knew that he was going to be the Batman. It's an alien signal. Oh, maybe. Maybe. I can still see it if I cover the affected eye. Strange. Oh, yeah. See, it's way on the outside now. But if I look all the way, it's hard to detect. But you're probably right. You're probably right. But hey, this weekend, we're about to start eating good, guys. There's a lot of great TV coming. I want to bring up just a few of them. First up, Saturday. The first part of Arcane Season 2 starts on Saturday. I'm super freaking excited because I love Season 1. As you know, I have the 4K, the thing. I have the Steelbook. It's great. I love it. So, yeah, Season 2 starts Saturday. Then, on Sunday, we get the finale of this season of The Penguin. No telling that there's going to be multiple seasons or not. But the season finale is this Sunday. If you haven't watched The Penguin and you have Max, you really need to check it out because it's awesome. It's really good. It's a really good show. This last episode, I will say, was wow. I didn't expect them to go there, but they did. And wow. So, Penguin. Also, apparently, starting on Sunday, is the final part of the final season of Yellowstone. Now, I can't remember where I stopped watching Yellowstone because I don't have Paramount Plus or Paramount Network or anything like that. So I don't know where I think I left off on season 4. And I think this is like the second part of season 6. I could be wrong though. But all I know is that's starting on Sunday as well. If you're all down for the Yellowstone, then just a few short days later on the 15th. So that would be 10 days from now, but yeah, that's next Friday. Silo season 2 starts. I'm super pumped for Silo season 2 because Silo season 1 was awesome. So that starts on next Friday. And then HBO's not done. The Penguin's going to be done. But the next Sunday starts Dune Prophecy. So look, if you're up for genre TV, we're eating good, guys. Arcane, freaking Penguin, Silo, and Dune. That's pretty cool. That is pretty freaking cool. So there you go. And the alien's up here. I don't know why. Why are you up there? Get out of here. And then down here, oh, Bucho's here. Get out of here. I don't know why we have Bucho and an alien. Anyway, where's my short circuit series? I don't know. See, it's almost completely gone. I can still see it way on the outside of my vision, but man, what a strange ocular migraine. Thank you for letting me know about that because I had no idea that's what that was. All I knew is that it was weird and it happened. When the hell is Severance season 2 coming? I mean, damn. Oh, it's coming. I just don't know when. Let's see. Severance season 2 release date. Bam. January 17th, 2025. Biggity bam. I don't know if is that true. Why is it taking so long? The writing process. Yeah, because the teaser came out not too long ago. So there you go. January 17th. Let's see. You're supposed to get away from light, but I never do. Games to play, yo. I can still see if I can. Well, what I'm saying is that my right eye is, what do you call it when you can see far but you can't see up close? Basically, my eyes are opposite. So I use my left eye when I'm reading. Or no, I'm sorry. I use my left eye. When do I use my? Yeah, my left eye up close is great, but I can't see very far. My right eye, I can see very far, but I can't read up close. So my eyes switch. That's probably why I have headaches all the time. I probably should have my vision corrected, but I haven't. So there you go. Just wear an eye patch. That wouldn't work. But no, that's the only reason why I couldn't read. Yeah. Arcane, yes. Never played League of Legends, but the Rule 34 content slaps harder than Will Smith. On Arcane? Or League of Legends. Okay. Rule 34, huh? Baldur's Gate. Bald whose gate? Anyway, I asked my clients if they have been watching anything good, and no less than 6 have said Yellowstone. Yeah, look, I gotta say, Yellowstone, the first 4 seasons were fantastic. They really were good. And Kevin Costner was really good. But then, because of the weird, Paramount Network is different than Paramount Plus. And so, like, you had to wait almost a whole year for it to show up on Paramount Plus. And it was kind of like, I don't get it. And then I'm not signing up for Paramount Network 2. It just doesn't make sense. I don't have cable, so F you, I guess. So I just never, I think I stopped watching it. I think season 4 was the last one I watched. But Yellowstone is pretty freaking awesome. Freaked me out for a while. It's a common occurrence as I'm approaching 40. You're talking about the the weird visual. Like I said, I have never had them before, except for the last, seriously, like the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah. I use my left eye when I stick a fork in my right eye. Well, I mean, look, I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you what to do, Bonobo Juice, but maybe you should not put forks in your eyes. Just saying. Where do you usually get the eye glitch? At home or is it sporadic? For me, it's mostly at home, but it's happened. Like, it's not like it's never happened when I'm streaming before. It usually, like I said, I've only had it 3 times. One time was when I was watching TV, but it could just be that my sleeping habits are just jacked up, and that's my sleeping has been more and more interrupted over the last couple of years. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Astigmatism. I don't know if that's when I was thinking whichever far-sighted, nearsighted. One eye is far-sighted, one eye is nearsighted. Does it mean that you can see near if you're nearsighted? Or I can only see far, or so near I'm like, I don't freaking know. Whatever it is, one's nearsighted, one's farsighted. That's all I'm trying to say. That's it. Short Circuit remake series by Neil Blomkamp. Really? Really? His robotics and CGI from his team are amazing. Okay. Near sees close, far sees far. Okay. So I'm farsighted for my right eye, nearsighted for my left eye. There you go. Who doesn't love Johnny Five? Johnny Five was funny when I was 12. But now I'm kind of like, those. Hey, I'm all for it. If you have nostalgia for that and you love it and it was part of, yeah, go for it. Sure. But me, I'm kind of like, it was kind of not great then. But I don't know. It's just my opinion, though. It's just my opinion. No, not really, but it would be cool. Oh, that's not true? Okay, well, whatever it is. Whatever the thing is, yeah. But see, like right now, I kind of do have a headache. I wonder if, yeah. Because I slept kind of like crap last night, too. When your eyes are unequally debilitated, like you need 2 different lenses, I think that's called astigmatism. Ah, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was a thing. I just have one thing left to talk about. I timed this pretty well, apparently. But Bucho brought up the thing about the guy Lou Elizondo who you're afflicted with ligmatism. Ah, yes. Yeah, ligma's not something to horse around with. It's when the front surface of your eye is curved different. Like me and Billy said, usually pain isn't part of an ocular migraine. Yeah, but now I kind of have a headache. Or maybe I'm just a wuss and you guys aren't. And you guys are like super badasses. Maybe that's it. It's possible. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah. So if you guys have been following the UFO stuff, here, I'm going to mute this so I don't get claimed. So basically, Lou Elizondo, who's this guy who was part of ATIP, which is a government thing, right? He was at a private event or a paid speaking event. Get out of here with your freaking ads. And claimed that this picture was a picture of possibly a mothership. And it turns out it was somebody taking a picture of the outside, and it was the reflection of the light fixture in their house. And he basically goes, that photo's real. And then claimed he got it from, like, he talked to different pilots and all that. Anyways, basically, Lou Elizondo screwed up. Now, this could mean a couple of different things. This could mean, one, he's just a grifter. He's never been what he says he is. He's a complete liar and a sham, and we should all just not listen to anything he says. Or he is who he says he is, and but he's also never seen anything, whatever, and he's figured out a way to make money off of it. Or, which I think is the more probably the most likely, is he is who he says he is. He's experienced what he's experienced, and someone that he trusts gave him a photo that was not real. So, and he went with it because he trusts this guy, whoever this person is that he got this photo from. So basically, yeah, I don't know what to think, but then somebody said this in the Reddit group for the UFOs and the aliens, and it made me go, to me, that's the answer. And what's kind of funny is today on Down to Earth, I don't know if you guys watch Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. It's a weekly, or it's a daily channel now, but he does a weekly show, a longer show on Tuesday, talking about multiple topics. And today, yeah, basically the same thing was said on that show. But basically, this guy from Reddit, I want to give all credit to McKirkus, who says, if you wanted to discredit a movement, wouldn't the best approach be to become its face and then discredit yourself? I just have a hard time believing he's that careless. I just think he believed somebody. I think that's pretty much it. I think he believed somebody gave him a photo. He believed it. Either that person didn't do their vetting, or somebody's trying to discredit him. Because Lou Elizondo has now become sort of the more recent face of this the UAP disclosure movement. So I don't know. I think he just screwed up. He screwed up by not doing his own research. He screwed up by using a photo that he didn't 100% know was true. I don't know. Let's see. My eyesight used to be worse. Ricky, that's interesting. Mine's what's the matter, Rob? Can't handle a neck and head? Wuss. Sorry. But no, I don't know. Like my headache, I kind of have a headache right now. I don't know. Never look up Hey Buzz looking alien. For real, never look it up. Okay. I'm not gonna then. I'll believe you. Talking about eyes, I still wonder why we still control the muscles in our eyes and purposely make our eyesight blurry at will. That's like, what's the point? I can do that, Ricky. Yeah, I can too. But yeah, I don't understand the point of that. Yeah, I wonder why we were able to. I thought that was normal, 7-year-old skill. Yeah, I mean, I used to do that all the time. I used to, cross your eyes to, make things cross, and, then there's like, oh, there's 2 of that. There's 2 of your finger. And then sometimes you do this bit and you're kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And it moves in your, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm intrigued. Buzz the astronaut? Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably I don't want to look it up on stream because, again, I'm tired of getting claimed for things that I've looked up on stream. You guys told me. No, it's a cursed video, like an old cursed internet video. Ah. Oh, well then, yeah. I can make the light pillars too. Apparently not everyone can do that. Light pillars. Ricky just looked it up. Is he going to disappear? Wouldn't that be weird if, like, suddenly everything Ricky said just disappeared after he said that? Like, and we just forgot who Ricky was. He was just erased from existence. Remember Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. When they're looking at the photo at Doc's house, and he looks up, he's kind of looking off. He's kind of looking erased from existence. And then he looks at Marty. Look, hey, I like Back to the Future, okay? There you go. Rob, look, an alien. Where? If you squint a bit, if light makes a long vertical line across your vision, you have a thing, apparently. You mean like almost like a what do you call it? Long vertical line. You have a thing. I don't know what that means either. But it almost looks like a mixture of it's almost like a J.J. Abrams effect in a weird way, except it's not like a lens flare. Apparently Ricky saw something. But look, guys, that's pretty much the show. I mean, look, we got a bunch of things. Shaw Volume 4. I got Come Drink With Me. I got freaking Gotcha Man. I'm gonna have to pop this in and just see what the first episode is like, because I don't think I'm gonna be watching all 105 episodes like by next week. And then of course the Hills Run Red with a ton of special features that I just, like I said, I just kind of want to see it. And if I end up being on the 1000th, is that right? 1000th? Yeah. If I end up being on the 1000th episode of Robservations over on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel, I will make sure that you guys know about it, just in case. Because I sent him the email and said, hey, I'd like to be on it. I'd like to chat with you. But we'll see. What do you think about the Seinfeld re-release? Slades. It's crazy expensive, is it not? Fan or not, it's freaking expensive. Seinfeld 4K. Yeah, dude. I mean, $225. Let's see. DVD for $71. Where's the Blu-ray? I wish they would actually do this correctly. Yeah, the Blu-ray is going to be less than that, but yeah, that's just expensive. I mean, look, man. I mean, look at what I buy. I buy shit like this, you know? I just don't understand with Friends and Seinfeld and all that stuff. I'm just kind of like, okay, you know, hey, go for it. You know, if you're a fan of it, it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Seinfeld is not the kind of show that I would want to purchase. Because I've seen a lot of episodes. I think it's hilarious. It's a great show, but I just don't. It's not my thing. It's not the kind of thing that I'm gonna want to watch over and over and over. Lost was one of those shows that I've seen 3 times. I saw it when it aired, and then I've watched it twice on Blu-ray. And I'll probably it feels like we're getting to that point where I need to watch it again, because I love Lost. I know there's people that don't like it, but that's the kind of show that I would want to buy. But again, man, if it's your thing, then go for it, man. I think it's awesome that they're doing it. I love a box set, man. I mean, obviously, I love a box set, so I think it's cool. Light rays or halos that you may have around lamps, headlights, or streetlights may be a symptom of cataract or an effect from an intraocular lens or refractive. I can't freaking read. I mean, that has nothing to do with my sight, because the little guys are gone. Light rays or halos that you may see around lamps, headlights, or streetlights may be a symptom of cataracts or an effect from an intraocular lens, IOL, or refractive surgery. Jeez, my reading is terrible. I've had this since I was a kid, though, so I don't know what that would be. Heck yeah, I'd watch it. Astigmatism sees starry shapes. 224, no thanks. What is the deal with 4K prices? I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, like the new when the let's see, what was it? Ahsoka, Loki season 2. It was a bunch of the new Disney announcements on 4K. The Steelbooks or whatever, they were $75. That's expensive, man. For a season of whatever, that's expensive. But then they quickly went down. And like right now, I think Andor season 1 is $44. And I've seen it on sale for like 36, 37. So and a lot of 4Ks will come down, but then some of them just seem to stay up there, you know? It seems like for the most part, you've got your Blu-rays, which on sales or stuff are going to be around $20, sometimes less, sometimes more, but around 20. And then your 4Ks will go on sale around 25. But some of them go up to 30. If you get into like Steelbooks and stuff like that, you're usually adding $5 to $10 to the price. So if you want, for example, if you wanted Horizon, there's the moth again. Horizon, the Kevin Costner movie, right? I've got it in my, what do you call it? My wish list. It's $35 for the Steelbook and around $26, $27 for just the 4K set. I don't know, but there you go. Wait a minute. I wish the Incredible Hulk would get a 4K release. The Incredible Hulk, the old show with what's his name? Lou Ferrigno, right? And I can't remember the other guy's name. I can see him. Dun, 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 that, right? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the Incredible Hulk? Oh my God, what's wrong with my brain? Edward Norton and Tim Roth? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. But basically, I don't think the old series will get 4K releases. I think you'll probably, I mean, that's why like a lot of them are just DVD and DVD only. But then, you know, if they have, like, it's weird that X-Files, some of the X-Files episodes are in 4K, but I don't think I think they were shot on video. Like old video. They weren't shot on like, you know, and then later on they started shooting the, you know, like on film and it worked out, but I don't know. I sent an example in Discord. That was an airline food joke. Doesn't jump at me upon reading my own post. So I'm rooting it and explaining it. What? Snap, lights look like that to me at night and I have 20/20 vision. Huh. Will my PS5 play 4Ks? Yes, they will play 4K, but they will not show you they don't have any sort of HDR. So Sony basically cheaped out and said we're not paying for the I guess the ability to show you HDR, Dolby Vision. Actually, I think it's HDR is good, but it won't do Dolby Vision or what's the other one? HDR 10 plus for movies. So you can watch the movie, but you're not going to get the full HDR experience from that. But their games, if they have Dolby Vision, it'll support that. It's such a weird thing. It just means your cornea is more oval than round, and that's why it happens. I don't have any. I only have 20 Blu-rays. Oh, well then there you go. Lou Ferrigno. We used to call him Lou Fragno. You know? Lou Fragno. Let's see. Goblins are what's wrong with their brain. Goobins. Goobins. Edward Norton was the best Bruce Banner. There you go. I would like to see the Incredible Hulk TV series along with the made-for-TV movies. Get a 4K release in one big box set. Yeah, I think it's because of the way they were shot. I just don't think you'll ever get 4K out of that. I think the best that you can hope for is probably, I have no idea how it was shot. And it's probably been 40 years since I've seen an episode or one of those movies. So who knows? If they were shot on film, there's a good chance that you might be able to get something out of it. But then again, will the studio that owns the rights to that, which should be Sony, right? I don't know. I don't know about the TV show. But whoever owns that, do they see the benefit in upgrading it to a 4K release? Oh, it's Universal oh, well then probably you might be screwed. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Disney does the TV rights? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, well then there's like no way. And Billy said, "Oh, it was shot on film, but I seriously doubt they would pay for a new scan on every episode." Yeah, that's the problem. What's the deal with 4K prices? What's the deal with airline food? I thought it was funny. Oh, what is the deal? Oh, Seinfeld. Gotcha. Okay. What is the deal with 4K prices? Yeah, I gotcha. It's weird how we have Dolby Vision with games, but not movies. Yeah, it's so strange. I mean, it's not strange. It's the same reason why they got rid of SACD. They got rid of the ability to play SACD on the PS3s after the big fat one, the first one. So the only PS3 that could play the SACDs were like the first two models, the fat ones, and then after that, it's because they didn't want to pay for the what do you call the license, I guess, to do it, which is stupid because isn't SACD Sony's thing? I don't know. So Disney owns the TV rights to it. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way they're gonna do that. And I just don't think there's the demand for that is not there. And that's the thing. It's like, so many of these, and I guess the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. The reason we keep getting releases of some of these really obscure movies, like in 4K and stuff, is probably because the licenses to do them are very cheap. And so maybe that's it. I don't know. Whenever I think of Dolby Audio, I think of the second SNES Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. I remember that. Yeah. I can play Far Cry 6 in Dolby Vision, but when I put a 4K Blu-ray in to watch, it doesn't work. It's just dumb. Yep. Sony and Microsoft did the same thing. It's dumb. Dumb. It's dumb. Anyway, so guys, hey, thank you for not, making tonight really wacky and me having to, I don't know, freaking go nuts with the band hammer and all that kind of stuff. We had fun tonight. My head hurts and I kind of want to chill out. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, don't forget, we got some great stuff coming this weekend. Arcane Season 2 and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Until I pick up my PS5 Pro and Mario & Luigi Brothership. Uh-oh. Feel better, Rob. Later, everyone. Hey, thank you guys for being here. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. And sorry I got weird in the last hour. But, yeah, my head's hurting. Hopefully, I'm okay. But y'all have a great night. You'll have a great week. And we'll see you next time. Bye.